The man of the house is not afraid of you. The mother of the house is not afraid of you.
It said off.
This is... Okay.
Like, it does not want to cooperate. Like, it go, leave me alone, gone, get out.
Well, we are, we don't have to have it cooperate.
No. Leave me.
Leave me is what it said.
Yeah.
No. Not in this house. You're free to go wherever you want beyond this house. Why are you rubbing your chest?
It felt weird, like it felt like pressure. Like, you know when you're lying on the couch and then like your dog, like, or like Lola lays down on you?
Okay. It was described by the homeowner.
Dark one?
Dark one. Repeat that last one.
Dark one?
Perfect.
About a year ago, Sam and I entered this space and rededicated it as there was activity that centered around a small child. Recently, the homeowner sent me a video that showed a selenite wand, a crystal being pushed from the nursery window. I put that crystal in myself, so the crystal was put in place to be a protective element. I feel that a spirit pushing that protective element out of the way is a potentially negative spirit. A few days later, the homeowner, the father of the young child, contacted us and explained that he had seen a shadow person within this home. On that same day, a homeowner not a block from here contacted us and explained that she too had experienced what I can only describe as a shadow person in their home. The thing that connects these two families together is this family has a small baby in a nursery, and the other family has created a nursery as they expect the arrival of their daughter. We have gained permission to re-enter this space. And while the other family has elected to take a different route to clearing their home, we can only wish them well. We'll tackle this end. I very much believe that we have the potential of the same shadow person haunting two different spaces.
So he woke me up around, like, it was probably around 3, just after 3, crying randomly, which he does occasionally. And so I got up thinking I'd have to go up and comfort him. He calmed down by the time I got up, and for some reason I just didn't go back to bed yet. I sat on the couch and I was probably just watching YouTube or something. And then I heard a big crash, and on his app to watch the baby monitor, you have to wait a minute for it to like scrub up, and then you can reverse the video feed. But so I reversed it, and I noticed that it was the wand that fell. There's absolutely no physical way that it could have moved. We replayed it. The next day, she sent me home to smudge, and first we have Palo Santo hanging around because we do it occasionally because of what happened last time. From the second I walked into the house, it was off. Like, I could feel something. And I walked into our bedroom fine, walk in the hallway in the front entranceway, weird vibe, upstairs hallway, spare room fine, His room and the play area totally felt weird vibes. So, and I didn't mention, but like that whole day I was off. Like, yeah, angry. Like, and not me angry. Like, I suffer from seasonal depression, so I'm very aware of like my self thoughts and stuff. It's something like you have to monitor all the time and understand where you're coming from. But it was like an anger that wasn't mine about everything. Like, and it was like a how dare you anger. During the time I was smudging, I did like it felt off, especially upstairs. And when I was doing one area, I looked out in the doorway, and I could see like for a split second like a black figure of like a man. Like it would have reminded me exactly like from the scene from V Vendetta where he walks out of the fire. It was like a perfect masculine tall body, pitch black.
Yeah, it sounds like what I would expect a classic Shadow Man to be. A lot of the Shadow Man lore has them operate within a concentric geographic area. So I think about areas where I think it's San Antonio has the Hat Man, and it's basically a Shadow Man with a hat. You like days after you smudged, I got a report of the same activity, not even 2 blocks from here.
Okay.
I believe shadow men to be negative entities who, as they feed off your fear, it just amplifies their behaviors and stuff. So we'll go up and check it out. We're going to try something called the Estes Method. It's a spirit box method where Liam will equip noise-canceling headphones and will listen to the responses through the spirit box, and he just answers without being able to hear what I ask. One of my thoughts as I saw the video with the crystal is that it must be working because the spirit had to take and push that out of the windowsill to even attempt to gain entry. So it felt a little bit like here's a spirit who works in this geographic area who wants to instill fear somewhere and cannot completely get access to this house. I feel like somehow you guys have control over that now. And it felt good to me in that sense, that you guys have kind of answers in place. At the same time, nothing about that came off as feeling like positive or a positive spirit. I can't spin it that way. It felt completely negative. So we'll take a look up there. Would you say the nursery is the brunt of the activity?
The hallway. So another strange thing that always happens in the hallway, lights burn out really quickly, and the smoke detectors, the batteries will burn out in less than a week.
That's kind of the whole part of it, right? What use is a full spectrum camera if it's not going to be pink sometimes?
All right. So this is rolling.
Gotta fish out a wire.
So what we'll do is utilize the Estes method. We will plug Liam up. He's using noise canceling headphones. He'll repeat whatever words are said through the spirit box. And I'll ask questions. He will not hear the questions that I ask. I'll stand behind him mostly so he doesn't see me. I don't know that he's brought a blindfold. You haven't?
I have not.
Okay. So I'll just stand behind you, and that way you can't see my lips or read my lips. And we'll see what kind of responses we get. I'm going the extra length to do this because I think that often, if we just use a spirit box, we could be influenced by whatever's coming through. Two, I've found in the past this method works well for spirits that could be non-human to begin with. And that's kind of where I lean with this as a shadow person. Did you charge this battery?
Yeah, what about it?
It's already like a third of the way gone.
Oh, I charged that one.
Huh?
I charged that last night.
I'm serious. So we are already down to, it's been on for 2.5 minutes. And we've already lost a third of our battery signal.
First they make fun of my pink light, now they're gonna make fun of my pink headphones.
It doesn't really matter what color your headphones are, because in IR, everything is in black and white.
Oh. Okay.
Put it on 150 milliseconds, I think, is what we've been running it at.
All right. $150. Okay, here we go.
And then all right, you're all up and running?
Yep.
All right. Can you hear me? Good. If you have a name, please let your name be known. My name is Kevin. This is Liam, and we come here with respect.
I heard gone as a word. Like gone, like Gone. I heard see ya.
Could you tell us who is with us now? Please state your name.
No. Downstairs.
We understand you are up in this space. Did the man of the home see you? Do you belong to anyone in the house?
No one?
How did you die?
Two? John?
John, we know you've been here the whole time.
Really?
John is someone here with you.
I'm here. I'm here.
Is there someone other than John here in this house?
You heard right.
Is this the entity that the man of the house saw as a shadow?
Walter? Get out.
Who is asking us to get out?
I get like two. I get like I'll hear something from like I don't know, like it's like it just sounds right, and the other one's like more gravelly. The other one sounds like it's like talking, and the other one's like go, get out, like the growly one, like the low one. Like the one that sounds like more like static. It's like, go, get out, gone.
Concentrate on that one. We recognize that John is the grandfather of the man of the house. We discovered that in the last investigation.
I get the other one, like the softer one. It's like, I'm here, like,
Okay.
yeah.
Cover back out and we'll keep going. Are you trying to scare the baby in the house?
I got I am monster. Like, it was like flipping through the channels. I hear I am monster.
Wouldn't be the first time a shadow man's identified as a monster. State your name. Do you have a name? We're getting battery drain on this camera. It was described by the homeowner.
Dark one.
Dark one. Repeat that last one.
Dark one.
So he said, I am monster and dark one.
MySpace.
Have you ever lived in this house? Or in a house on this land? These homeowners are no longer scared of you. You can go elsewhere.
Didn't want him.
He said, didn't want. Go elsewhere. Go to some other home. Are you human?
Go.
We're not leaving. You're leaving.
You're stupid.
You're leaving. You don't belong here.
Hurt me.
I don't have to hurt you. You can leave. Politely. You can't get past these crystals.
Quit this.
I won't quit this. The homeowners have a table full of crystals, and it seems that the entirety of all the activity is upstairs. It's all I feel as a medium. It's the only experiences we're having within this house are upstairs on the landing largely. We've got a lot of protest from this particular spirit. Asking us to leave, asking us to go, asking us to quit this. Are you human? Were you a person once?
Am I in trouble?
You're no longer allowed in this house. Do you understand they don't want their son scared?
No.
They don't want their son scared. Do you have some other place to go?
The boy.
What about the boy? Are you ready to leave now? Tell Liam that you're ready to leave.
Colder? Coulter?
He said colder or coulter.
Dwayne?
Do you understand you're gonna leave this house tonight?
No, I don't.
Oh, wow. Of all the responses to get, that was crazy as hell. Why are you rubbing your chest?
It felt weird, like it felt like pressure. Like, you know when you're lying on the couch and then like your dog, or Lola lays down on you?
Okay. Lola is our dog, just for the record.
Our 140-pound dog.
Before we smudge and rededicate the space, we just ask that you go on your own accord. We're asking you nicely to leave. Neither I nor Liam are afraid of you. The man of the house is not afraid of you. The mother of the house is not afraid of you. You got yourself stuck upstairs. Say again?
It said off.
This is... Okay.
Like, it does not want to cooperate. Like, it go, leave me alone, gone, get out.
Well, we are, we don't have to have it cooperate.
No. Leave me.
Leave me is what it said.
Yeah.
No. Not in this house. You're free to go wherever you want beyond this house.
Mine.
Ours.
Good luck. Go home. Get out.
Go home, get out is what he reports it saying. At this point, we understand.
Enough.
At this point, we understand that we have a less than cooperative negative entity in this home.
My home.
Never been your home.
I'd like to specify that, like, my home, like, everything that we have started on this, since we started this little, like, headphone, it's all been the same tone, but that was, like, louder. And this is as high up as it goes, it's 30, but this sounded like it was a whole nother 5 octaves higher than it was. Like, it was, like, screaming this.
We've encountered spirits like this before that are so emphatically entrenched into a place. Fortunately, once we do a saging, they're typically gone. I always want to grant any type of entity the chance to leave a space of their own accord. He doesn't belong here. I think he would have done more damage had John not been in place, or if this family hadn't been so well versed in clearings and Palo Santo and sage and crystals. The spirit could really become a noisy spirit if it weren't for all those things. So the spirit seems quite impotent. Did you hear what I said? I said you don't have any teeth. Were you human? You get one last chance to answer, and then we rededicate the space. If you are human, I want to help you.
Shut the up. It said shut the up.
I think we just have to clear the space.
It doesn't want to talk, and it doesn't like you talking.
Got it.
It sounds like, from what I've got, that, like, this is what it considers its space, and it does not like us in here.
Okay. You know what we're gonna do, right?
Evict it.
Evict it.
Evict it. You're getting evicted. I'm scared.
It says it's scared?
It said I'm scared, like, almost in a sarcastic manner.
If it is indeed a shadow man, it's just picked up all this negativity in a manner of talking that's very modern and human.
There's been a few times where I felt like that pressure on my chest, or like just like struggle to breathe,
Okay.
like a sense of anxiety. But it doesn't like us.
All right. So we work from the stairwell forward. We'll open all these windows, and it has to leave.
Okay.
And thank you, John. Thank you, John, for making your presence known and protecting the space.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it would be a lot more negative if it weren't
For John.
for this family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do my typical shadow person cleanse, and that should very much take care of any negative entity in this house, human or inhuman. I'll let the smoke do its job. There's Palo Santo in here. There is white sage. There is cedar. There is sweetgrass. They're the ashes from like the last 4 or 5 places I've cleared. You hear that?
I hear that. All the way upstairs.
That's what I was expecting. So as we're downstairs, we get some reactivity from the Mr. D. We have opened windows upstairs and created an avenue or a path for that negative spirit to leave. But I wanted to measure that and be certain that he did. There's definitely a play of light and dark. Very light on this side. And I could feel like the force or the pushback of the negative up there. Like I can't even physically make myself go up there. Since you wouldn't name yourself, or we don't recognize the names you gave, and since you don't own this place, and you're not family, you've been disinvited. You've been asked to leave. And when you said no, you've been forced to leave. I kept seeing like a dark, tall, block the door type of figure. You got a camera on that?
Yeah.
I feel that thing.
In that room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel at all human. I don't get any story from it. Usually when I can read a spirit, I can tell you how they pass. I can tell you where they might be from. I can feel and share a direct message from them.
This just feels like anger.
Yeah, this just feels like anger, malice, negativity, probably negative energy made manifest. I have to classify this as a non-human spirit. I have to say this is a shadow person. All the responses mimicked being an angry man, an angry person. Oh, it's just a shadow person trying to draw in the fear. We've done this too many times to be afraid of it. This house is a space of love. You see that?
I got it right here.
We should get some degree of activity by that window. This combination of plants and herbs and tree limbs is an ancient one, made by an ancient people. They've recognized your sort from back in the beginning, and they have always had the prescription for you. You can leave. I think that's it.
Think it's gone?
I think it's
Just like
gone.
that?
Yeah. Set it off again. The unfortunate thing about shadow persons is I can push it out of this house, and this house can be clear. But where will it go next? Every place this smoke has touched has been rededicated to this family, this space, to love, to peace, to understanding, to positivity, to growth, to renewal, to new birth. We're done. It feels light.
Feels cool. Nice.
Yeah.
So I think, like, with me, like, I've dealt with the whole, like, been there on an investigation, and I hear my name, and I've been there when you get touched, and, like, we haven't ever dealt with something, like, this angry and this, like, upset with us being there. Like, hey, you're trying to kick me out of my place, and I don't like that. But I think, like, the big, like, disconnect for me is, like, you know, I've always been there, like, you're the one getting touched, and, like, I'm the one recording things and listening to responses. And there's always been, like, that disconnect, but with like the touching and the feeling the pressure on my chest, like that, it's like the two, like, lines connected, and it's like, this is really real. I can deal with the anger, I could deal with the, like, all of that. I just, like, when it physically, like, touches you, and this is, like, I want to say, like, one of the first, if not, like, the first, like, experience I have with something, like, touching me, or, like, feeling like a restriction on my breath. Yeah, no, it was wild. That's the only word I can really use to describe it. It was dark, and we were dealing with it. That's why they call us dark dealings.
Exactly. Can you shake it off?
Yeah, I'll be able to shake it off. It'll be A-okay.
And yeah, I would have to agree, it is A-okay. Yeah, we're done here. Let's head home.
Where would it, like, such a negative spirit
I think
come from?
anytime there is someone who could potentially see them. Babies, it happens a lot. Other mediums. Yeah, it's just like, that's kind of like, hey, I answer the phone. And so spirits are like, oh, you answer the phone. A lot of what a negative spirit wants is attention. Because the more they get negative attention, the more they can make themselves manifest. And if they can scare you right out of your house, but not you guys. You guys got this. We've got this.
I know there's been a few times where you've said that, like, to bring the smudge kit outside, leave it outside, because you're, like, don't want to bring something in the house.
Exactly. Like, I'll sometimes be reading someone, and, like, their dad killed their mom, and I bring it up during a reading, and sure as hell that's how it happened, or just some wild stuff. So as soon as it happened with that case in particular, I get home, I could feel him there, like he was just, like, clawing my shoulder and holding on the entire car ride to the house, because I do all our readings out of the yoga studio. So I'd smudge the yoga studio, and then I took him with me. I was like, as soon as your ass is at our house, you're gone. So, and then I go straight to the backyard.
You text me, like, bring my smudge kit outside.
Bring the kid outside,
and
then it's done, and I don't get plagued with it. I don't put any attention on the spirit beyond that either. It's like, as soon as that's done, it's done. Like, you're gone. And that's what I'm gonna ask you guys to do, is don't put any attention on the spirit afterwards. Certainly if you have some overwhelming negative instance, let us know. But the more you put attention on it, the more it feeds that spirit, and it just grows it. Yeah.
But this was, like, feeling the pressure, like, on my chest. That was like the lines connected. And
say that one more time beyond the burping.